best way to describe the new Blackberry KeyOne starts with its purpose. At a time when most devices are becoming gigantic for the sake of content consumption, the Blackberry KeyOne is a different breed. Blackberry became famous years ago for making really secure and reliable communicators, and the KeyOne is mainly focused on serving this market. As such, we have a phone designed around that mentality, with a textured coating at the back and a curved metallic trim that makes it feel premium in the hand. I mean, from simply holding it for the first time, you get the impression that this phone can really take a beating. Match this with a body that's narrower than your standard smartphone, and it's almost unintentional that Juan and I drifted to using this phone in one hand just naturally. Below it, there's the legacy Blackberry QWERTY keyboard with 35 keys that support capacitive touch, in addition to fingerprint scanner on the spacebar. And since the primary focus of a communicator is to help you remain communicated all day, TCL and Blackberry decided to go for a more power-efficient Snapdragon 625 processor, 3 gigs of RAM, and 32 gigs of expandable storage, in addition to a whopping 3505 battery that supports Quick Charge 3.0. Now, the area where Blackberry continues to differentiate is in its software experience. Surely we've received the full briefing on how this phone is secure at a chip and firmware level, but what's most important for communication is really the simplicity of its user interface. As such, this device is running on the latest version of Android 7.1.1 Nougat under a minor skin that's unique to Blackberry, and that's focused on helping you access information faster. Apps like the Blackberry Hub are here for all messaging in one place, and the DTech application makes a return to give you granular control over what applications can access on your phone. Now, as much as many could care less about the hardware keyboard, there is a lot of common sense here. Blackberry has designed the crazy 52 shortcuts that you can program with it, meaning that if you want to navigate home with Google Maps, you can simply program a key like the letter H, for example, or calling someone specifically by pressing and holding another key, or again, simply start typing on the keyboard to start a search. Swiping up on the keyboard is still here, and you can select the text being predicted by swiping on either of 3 areas depending on where it's being suggested. And to make matters better, predictions are multilingual, so even that saves you the need to fumble around language switching. To delight some more, we've got a 12-megapixel IMX378 camera sensor with f2 aperture at 1.55 microns. And for those of you doing the math, this is actually the same sensor that we have on the Google Pixel. And in addition to that, we also have an 8-megapixel wide-angle selfie shooter to complement that. Now, whether all this combo of features reaches that level of delight that die-hard Blackberry fans really loved about the company years ago really depends on implementation, and our experience with devices like the Priv wasn't really the case, even though the Blackberry DTech lineup is a different story. Pricing is said to be aggressive at $549 or somewhere around there, and we saw a very snappy performer over pre-production software, which is a really good thing. Still, we will have to wait for our final review over the next few weeks, as we hear that launch times are happening early in Q2 2017.